Get a cup of coffee and settle in. You don't want to miss this one. I saw a Craigslist ad for a 1940 Mercury coupe, so I loaded up the little woman and we headed deep into the mountains of North Carolina to take a look at it. This was our first glimpse of the old Merc, sitting in this barn where he'd been sitting for decades, farm equipment stacked all around it. The seller said that his father had put it in this barn probably in the late 60s. It's sat here ever since. At some point in time, the father pulled the old flathead motor to get it rebuilt. He gave it to his buddy. The buddy never rebuilt the motor and he never returned the motor. The father passed away and so did the buddy. We made a deal to buy the Mercury. The seller promised he'd have all the farm equipment cleared out of the way so we could get in and load it when we came back. This is what we found when we got here. I decided to snap a few pictures with the old Merc before we pulled it out of the spot that had been resting for so long. The hood wasn't bolted down, it was just laying there. We can't haul it that way. Luckily, the bolts and brackets were still there, but somebody had to go inside and bolt it all together. And you know who that was, your old hot rod buddy. Now the fun part, let's pull it out of the barn, see what we got. My buddy Tommy's operating the winch, the seller is steering the Merc, and I'm manning the camera. I'm just happy the old car rolls. Many times when we pull these barn finds out, a wheel's froze up, two wheels are froze up, sometimes all four. Luckily, this baby rolls. As I told you, this barn was located deep in the mountains of North Carolina. You had to drive miles of gravel roads to get to it, and now we're driving miles of gravel roads to get back. Now I know what y'all are thinking at about this point in the video. They brought Towmater to bring the Merc back. Pretty close. The seller told us about a neighbor of his who had a bunch of old cars stored in a barn, so we stopped to check them out. People often ask me, how do you find these barn finds? Well, you don't find them all on Craigslist, and you don't find them all on Marketplace. A lot of times you find out about one while you're picking up another one. You got to follow up on every lead if you want to find good deals on cars and barns. We didn't get to make a deal on these two cars today, but we did meet the owner and make a new contact in the old car world. Got to look at his cars and hear his stories. It was a fun stop. Glad we followed up on it. Well, we're back on the road again. The old Merc sure looks good in the rearview mirror. It's a long trip back across the mountain into East Tennessee. That gives me lots of time to daydream about all the Mercs I've seen on Instagram. All the top chops, all the ways they're lowered, all the bubble skirts, welded in rear fenders. It's going to be a fun build. Do I want to build it in the style of the Matranga Merc or the Sledge Merc? Lots of fun making all these decisions. Hey, we finally made it to a paved road. No more gravel roads and banjo music and scenes from the movie Deliverance playing in my head. Every time we stop for a pit stop, I snap a few more pictures of the old Merc. walk around it, start plotting and planning on what I'm going to do to it when I get it back to the shop. As with most of these old barn finds, wheels and tires are going to be priority number one. That's where you start. Wow, that was a long ride, but we finally made it back to beautiful East Tennessee. Here we are pulling into Puddin Creek Rod Shop. Get ready to get this thing unloaded and start the process. We got it on the ground and I'm cleaning it out with 3 hands. It sure is dirty. Wow, there's the last oil change sticker. I sure would like to see the gas station that service was performed in. This crazy Mercury has a trailer hitch on the back. I'm thinking to myself, why would you put a trailer hitch on a Mercury? So I Googled trailer hitch on a Mercury, and this pops up. Okay, here's the part of the video you've been waiting on, the most satisfying part. Let's get this baby cleaned up. (1966) South Carolina license plate. I gotta see what the gauges look like underneath all this dirt. I'm just gonna hit it with some Windex and then maybe a little Mother's to shine up the chrome. Wow, beautiful Art Deco gauges. Looks like 59,000 miles on the old girl. Well, that's it for this video. I'll be doing a full video series of building this car, so be sure and subscribe if you hadn't already. Thanks for watching.